Seems to forget that Tyson Fury's trainer is Sugar Hill and not the dad, and the dad doesn't know shit about boxing.
I'm sorry. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Wait!
Oh, let's go. I really thought he was gonna fucking punch me when he came in.
If you lose, will you retire from boxing?
I'm not gonna lose. It's not.
Tyson Fury just called out Jake Paul, and now the Gypsy King wants to step into the ring with the YouTuber turned boxer. This could get wild. When people kept taunting Tyson Fury to step up and fight a real boxer, he didn't hold back, and he delivers against Jake Paul. Everyone loves to talk about.
Ever since I moved up to the heavyweight division, Tyson Fury been real quiet. Tyson Fury, where the fuck you at, pussy? Boom!
Jake Paul didn't wait long after beating Mike Tyson to find his next fight. He was ready to step back into the ring, wasting no time at all. After the huge success of the Paul vs. Tyson fight, everyone seems to want a shot at Jake Paul, and the massive money that comes with it. Big names like Canelo Alvarez and Ryan Garcia are already lining up, hoping to take him on. But now, Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King himself, has stepped into the picture. Clearly, even the heavyweight champ can't resist the idea of a big payday from fighting Paul.
Jump. 5.
Tyson Fury went straight up and said he wants to fight Jake Paul, and he doesn't want to wait around for it. A fight like this would be one for the history books. Imagine the heavyweight champion stepping into the ring with the social media sensation turned boxer.
Hey, big boy, come here! You boxer! Come! What, you want me? Yeah! Why? Kick! You boxer! Easy, boy! Come on! Okay. Look at it! What, just kick this part? Yeah, kick! Easy! Good work! Let's go!
With Fury wrapping up his recent fights, his bold declaration about wanting to face Jake Paul has fans hyping with anticipation, and it sounds like this fight could happen sooner rather than later. This matchup would decide the undisputed heavyweight champion, bringing a mix of raw power and unexpected drama to the ring. Tyson Fury didn't hold back, boldly stating, "I'm ready tomorrow, next fight with Jake Paul." His confidence is through the roof, but it seems like this excitement is all one-sided. Tyson Fury surprised everyone by calling Jake Paul a nice sportsman and admitting that he actually respects the YouTuber turned boxer. But Fury didn't stop there. He added that Paul isn't nearly as cool as he likes to claim. Even so, Fury is making it clear, fighting Jake Paul is his top priority. Forget the big names in pro boxing. Fury wants Paul in the ring more than anything else. Tyson Fury is already looking ahead to his big rematch with Alexander Usyk and is determined to fix the mistakes that cost him the first fight. This time, Fury is being brutally honest with himself. He knows what went wrong, and he's ready to come back stronger and make things right. The pressure is on, and the Gypsy King is stepping up to prove it. The hype for their December rematch is already high, and Fury is clearly switching things up. After the first fight, let's just say he didn't take the loss too well. Fury didn't exactly give Usyk credit. He dismissed the split decision loss like it was nothing. In fact, he told everyone the judges were being way too kind to Usyk, practically acting like it was all a big mistake. But now, Fury's not just talking, he's promising to fix things. The rematch is gonna be a whole new battle.
Hey guys, Tyson Fury here. Back in the gym, as you can see, counting down the days until I can get my redemption on Usyk. December the 21st is gonna be my time. I've done everything in boxing, but I ain't come back from.
Fury initially came up with his own version of the story, saying Usyk didn't win because of his boxing skills but due to the sympathy surrounding him. Fury pointed out that with Ukraine still suffering from Russia's invasion, he believed the judges allowed emotions to cloud their judgment, giving Usyk an edge just because of the situation back home.
Decision, you said you thought it went against you because Ukraine was at war. I just wonder if do you want to talk about that? Do you want to? I mean,
listen, it was what it was. We couldn't. It's not up to the fighters, you know. One of the judges had me winning, two of them didn't. It was what it was. And at the end of the day,
But now, it seems Fury has had a change of heart. Instead of blaming the judges or anyone else, he's taking full responsibility, admitting that he made mistakes during the fight, mistakes he's now determined to fix in their upcoming rematch. During his recent appearance on the Pound for Pound podcast, Tyson Fury was asked about the rematch with Usyk. He admitted that looking back, he could have done a lot better. Fury said, "I think that the adjustments I need to make is less complacency, a little bit more focus, and less clowning, because I was clowning a lot in the ring. I was doing a lot of showboating and messing around."
I think that the adjustments that I need to make is less complacency and a little bit more focus and less clowning, because I was clowning a lot in the ring. I was doing a lot of showboating and messing around.
Fury didn't sugarcoat it when he talked about his performance in the first fight. He admitted, "I wasn't focused 100% when I was in there. I was playing a lot of times and enjoying it too much, and I think I became complacent and got caught."
I wasn't focused 100% when I was in there. I was playing a lot of times and enjoying it too much. And I think I became complacent and got caught.
Seems like he got too comfortable in the ring, and in boxing, that's the kind of mistake that can come back to bite you. Even though Usyk got the win in their first fight, the split decision left a lot of people questioning the result. This time though, it could be a totally different kind of fight. And of course, both fighters' teams are all in, supporting their guy with everything they've got. But the tension between Fury and Usyk is on a whole new level. The mind games have already started, and believe me, this mental battle might just be as intense as the punches they'll throw. Recently, Tyson Fury plans to go all in and go for a knockout. Fury said, "I'm going to go in there with destroy mode. Last time I went to box him, I was being cautious. I boxed the head right off him."
Go in there with destroy mode. Last time I went to box him and I was being cautious and I was boxing head right.
It sounds like Fury's ready to turn up the heat, and he's not playing it safe this time. Fury made it clear he's not settling for anything less than a win by knockout this time. Let's talk facts. Anyone can get caught, as we've seen in a lot of these heavyweight fights, but this time I'm not going for a points decision.
Hey, Topping, let's talk facts. Anyone can get caught, as we see in a lot of these heavyweight fights, but this time I'm not going for a point.
He's ready to go all out. No more playing it safe. This time it's all about making a statement. Guys, on the other hand, after all those months of non-stop hype, the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight finally happened. And wow, what a letdown it was. The match felt more like a sad spectacle than an actual fight. Fans who expected a fight were left shaking their heads. Honestly, the boxing world had been saying for months that this was going to be a flop. And guess what? They were right. It was all hype and no punch. The event grabbed everyone's attention in the boxing world, though maybe not for the right reasons. It had everyone talking, especially the big names in the sport. One person who didn't hold back was Tyson Fury. He wants a fight with Paul right now. It's clear that Fury is ready to step into the ring with the problem child and show him what a real fight looks like. After the fight, Paul also dropped a bombshell by laying down a challenge for none other than Canelo Alvarez, who also challenged high before Tyson Fury. With serious confidence, he said, "It's Canelo. Me versus Canelo at 200 low B for the Cruiserweight Championship of the world is the biggest fight," and went as far as to claim it would be even bigger than his fight with Tyson. Where Jake Paul goes next in his boxing career is still up in the air. He's claiming that Saul Canelo Alvarez needs a fight with him, but that's not really the case. Jake might turn his attention to another former UFC fighter, or perhaps he'll set his sights on Tyson Fury, the only man to ever beat him. Just an hour after knocking out Tyson, Jake Paul was already thinking ahead. He confidently said he believes there are other fighters out there who could draw just as much fan interest as Tyson did. There may never be another moment like this in boxing. It's rare to come by, but I believe we can find something, and I think there are a few names out there that make sense where the events will be just as big, Jake said.
There may never be another moment like this in boxing. It's rare to come by, but I believe we can find something, and I think there are a few names out there that make sense that the events will be.
But here's the real question, like who? The most obvious choice for Jake Paul's next big fight is Tyson Fury. Another obvious target for Jake Paul is UFC superstar Conor McGregor. McGregor made waves in boxing when he crossed over to face Floyd Mayweather in 2017, turning the fight into one of the most watched pay-per-views of all time. With that kind of star power, a fight between him and Jake would undoubtedly be massive. The question is, would Conor be willing to step into the ring again? And if he does, Jake's makes sure to remind everyone that he's ready to cash in on that hype. Jake, when talking about Conor, said, "It's funny to say like, yo, Conor McGregor is scared of Jake Paul and will never box him, but it's the freaking truth."
It's funny to say like, yo, Conor McGregor is scared of Jake Paul and will never box him, but it's the fucking truth.
Jake, looks like Jake's pretty certain Conor's not looking for that fight, no matter how much the fans might want it. But even more of a long shot than a fight with Conor McGregor is Jake Paul's goal of winning a world title in just 24 months. He's got his sights set on the cruiserweight division, which, let's be honest, doesn't exactly have any big names that casual fans would recognize right now. Jake said, "I truly believe in my skills and my ability and my power. The cruiserweight division is seemingly open for the taking in that 24-month timeline."
Truly believe in my skills and my ability and my power. And the cruiserweight division is seemingly open for the taking on that timeline.
He added, "I believe I can become a world champion and do it within 6 years of starting to learn how to throw a jab. I think it will be the greatest sports story ever, and I know it's going to happen."
I believe that I can become a world champion and do it within 6 years of starting to learn how to throw a fucking jab. So I think it'll be the greatest sports story ever, and I know it's gonna happen.
So Jake Paul's aiming for the stars, and according to him, this is gonna be a story for the ages. Guys, you know Jake Paul actually defeated the Iron Mike Tyson by unanimous decision in an 8-round heavyweight fight at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas this Friday. Yeah, all 3 judges scored the fight for Paul 80-72, 79-73, and 79-73. So apparently Jake Paul not only survived the fight, but dominated it in the eyes of the judges. Tyson the Legend was outscored by the YouTuber turned fighter. The fight was officially sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, but it wasn't your typical heavyweight showdown. Instead of the usual 10-ounce gloves, both fighters were rocking 14-ounce gloves, and they were only 2 minutes long, way shorter than the usual 3-minute rounds we're used to seeing in the heavyweight division. I mean, it's almost like they decided to make it a little easier on the fighters. Maybe it was to level the playing field or to make it a bit more exciting for the fans. Either way, it definitely wasn't the standard heavyweight fight we'd expect to see. After 8 intense rounds, Jake Paul walked away with the win. But of course, this wasn't your typical fight. The Texas boxing regulators had given it the green light with a few tweaks to make things interesting. Basically, they made sure it wasn't as brutal as your average heavyweight fight. Sure, it might have made the punches less impactful, but hey, it's still a win for Jake Paul, and somehow it felt like everyone was watching just to see what would happen next. This fight was originally scheduled for July 20th, but things took a sudden turn when Tyson Fury found himself in the hospital battling a stomach ulcer. Tyson, who hadn't fought since an exhibition against Roy Jones Jr. in 2020, had been feeling good about his return to the ring. That last fight gave him a boost of confidence, making him believe he still had the fire and skills to compete at the highest level in boxing. As fight week rolled on, the tension between him and Jake Paul only grew. The two were already trading verbal jabs, but things really hit a boiling point at the final weigh-in. With the crowd hyping and all eyes on them, tempers finally snapped. In an unexpected moment of fury, Tyson, not holding back his emotions, slapped Jake Paul right there on stage, sending shockwaves through the crowd. The tension was no longer just talk, it was real. Reports claim that Jake Paul made a staggering $40 million in this fight, while Mike Tyson is reportedly pocketing somewhere between $20 million and $30 million. Yes, you heard that right, $40 million for Jake Paul, the guy who was once known more for making viral videos than throwing punches. Jake himself dropped the bombshell during a news conference earlier this summer, casually revealing the figures to the public. As for Tyson, despite the massive paycheck coming his way, he's made it clear that the money isn't what's driving him to step back into the ring. Sure, $20-30 million is nothing to sneeze at, but Tyson insists his motivation is far from financial. The former champ says it's more about proving something, about fighting for the love of the sport, not just for a hefty payday. But honestly, with those numbers, it's hard not to wonder if cash plays a part. The rematch between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson wasn't just another fight, it was the event of the year. It drew a staggering 50 million households in the US alone, making it potentially the most watched professional women's sporting event in history. But that was just the beginning. The global reach of the fight was absolutely mind-blowing, with an estimated 60 million households worldwide tuning in to witness the intense showdown between the social media sensation and the boxing legend. The event was more than just a fight, it became a cultural phenomenon, with viewers from every corner of the globe tuning in. The sheer scale of the spectacle proves it was an unmissable moment in sports entertainment. Shocking numbers, indeed. The official punch stats following Jake Paul's unanimous decision victory over Mike Tyson were also jaw-dropping. It wasn't just about who could throw harder, it was about who could land the cleaner shots. And just when you think things can't get any crazier, Tyson Fury is back, throwing down a new challenge. With Jake Paul's recent win still fresh in everyone's mind, Fury is looking to fight him. Could it really be Fury versus Paul next? I want to know what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the action.